Okay, well, we did it. We crossed 2 milestones in this 365-day challenge, and I just want to take a little time and share those two with you. The first milestone was 250 videos. 250 videos. I think when the channel was started, I think I had one video on there. Don't go back and watch that one. It is really bad. Really bad. I think we've gotten a little better. Over 250 videos. So there's one video, and then marks the 250 in the challenge. So out of 365, we are getting closer to the finish. I have learned so much over the 250 videos we just did. And so I thought I'd give you a couple lessons. I didn't even plan them. On the drive to the office, I thought, let me just give you a few lessons. We'll see how they come out. But we also crossed a second, maybe even a second and a third other milestone since I last updated you. We just did some course drip outs. So I'm retiring a course, and it's called Leadership Essentials. It's kind of our 1.0 version. And so I did a bunch of cut ups of that course and put them out over the last, 8 days, 7 days. But those are for you if you're a leader and you're working on developing. It's just a snippet in each one to give you a thought, to give you some tools, to give you some things to think about. You will notice I do have a mustache. And the first one that I posted, because a group of leaders asked for that specific concept, the leader who's in charge of those leaders calls me and goes, "When did you grow out a mustache?" That was 2 years ago. And that was for a Halloween costume. Funny story, I was going to be Ted Lasso for Halloween. So I grew out a mustache and let my hair grow out as well. And our team came and said, hey, we are going to shoot a course and we're going to put it up and we're going to use it as a coaching tool. And I said, okay, great. After October, I'll be ready to shoot it. And they were like, well, we kind of need it before that if it's going to be all the way done. So in the middle of prepping for a Halloween costume, I shot a course, and that's why I kind of look like Ted Lasso. I ended up shaving this part off right here, and I ended up, you know what, I'll throw up a picture. This is me as Ted Lasso. Okay, anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, now I know. I had posted a 500 subscriber video, but I didn't post a 1,000 subscriber video because we were kind of in that video series of setting up those course snippets, and then we crossed 2,000, and I didn't post a 2,000. So this is 250 video milestone mark and the 1,000, 2,000 subscriber milestone mark. A lot of lessons along the way, but I'm so glad to have even more of you on the journey with us. And just a reminder, it's a video a day, every day for 365 days. That's the whole point of this year. It's not really editing videos in some amazing, crazy way, although I've learned a lot about editing. It's not really about sitting down and planning everything out, although I've done some sitting down and planning everything out. It really is just how do I get a video up every day for 365 days, okay? All right, let's get to a few of the lessons that I've learned along the way. Lesson number 1 is it's not about hitting the ball out of the park occasionally. It's about doing the right things consistently. I've really learned that on this journey. There are so many ideas that have come out of just being consistent. I'll be consistent and I don't feel like I'm hitting a home run. I don't feel like something's going viral. And then all of a sudden, I'll just do something spontaneously and it will catch. A good example of this is the YouTube Shorts. I was very consistent in my videos, and I was doing a video while I was traveling. I think I was in Pittsburgh, and I was at a steakhouse. And instead of doing a full video, it was kind of like a bar steakhouse. They brought your steak out on a lava stone. It was like 850 degrees, and they cooked it up on the lava stone. And I thought, this is a great time to do a YouTube short, although I'd only had limited experiences in shorts. And so I just did a YouTube short with that. And it was my most viewed video for a pretty long time. It was like 5,400 views. And that was just spontaneous. Because I was doing things consistently, I started to get ideas that worked occasionally. So that's a big thought. The thought that I would encourage you to have there is, how are you being consistent in what you're doing? Because if you want the occasional big wins, you have to do the right things consistently. Okay, lesson number 2. Lesson number 2 that I've learned on this journey is, and I don't want to say this, but I'm going to. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. I hate that phrase. I hated that phrase exponentially when I started this journey because I like things to be perfect. In fact, I don't even really like the lighting in this room right now. There's so much about today that I did not want to do. I got to have a minor dental procedure a little bit later. And I didn't want to shoot this video like this. I wanted to have it planned a little bit more. I had a couple ideas. I got a brand new microphone that I'm testing right now, so it might even sound awful. But you know what I said? I said when I get into the office this morning, hit record, sit down, and done is better than perfect. Get used to just putting things out there and then making those micro adjustments along the way. We all expect to put our first video up, and by video 2, it's mastered. It's not the case. I will be much better 365 days later, but it doesn't mean necessarily that I'm going to be better tomorrow. So stay consistent and realize that done is better than perfect. Okay, number 3. Whenever you start something new, you don't know how much you don't know. You don't know how much you don't know. I've been learning, I'll say learning along the sidelines right now. There's so much doing that is happening in this season because a week goes by quickly and you got to have another video keyed up and another video keyed up. And I remember at one point I said, I'm going to get way ahead. I'm going to get 30 days ahead and then I'm just going to post as I go and constantly be working 30 days ahead. Well, theory is no match for the mess of reality. That has not happened yet. There have been a few times, like when I've gone on vacation, that I've come in here and I've just shot as much as I could and then I've edited and dripped things out while I was out of town. But at the end of the day, you're learning as you go. You've got to continue to learn. You've got to continue to make time to learn. It's probably been the hardest part because things are happening so fast, because I'm never truly that far ahead. I could easily say I'm going to put the learning on hold and I'm just going to do the doing right now, and then I'll pick up the learning at the end of the 365 days. But I know that that's not helping me refine in the process. An example would be yesterday I watched an entire video on sound engineering. You probably can't tell right now because I'm using this new microphone and I haven't tested anything out on this. That's okay, because here's the thing. It'll get better. I'll stay consistent. I'll practice what I've learned yesterday. I'll start to go, okay, done is better than perfect, but how can I make it 1% better tomorrow? What do I need to add here? What do I need to change here? And as I'm learning around that sideline, what I'm doing on the field, if you want to keep to that analogy, is getting better. I'm getting better every time. I got to be okay with failing. I got to be okay with learning and not putting everything into practice right away, but growing incrementally over time. I'm teaching a cohort today, and a lot of what I'm teaching is about the 1% rule that you find in the book Atomic Habits. Every day, you got to get 1% better. Imagine what you'll look like at the end of the year. So there's just 3 lessons that I've learned, 2 milestones, 250 videos, which has been fun. We got a whole bunch more to do. And 1,000, 2,000 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm so glad you are on the journey. I'm so glad that you're commenting and liking and viewing, and it's easier to stay consistent when you know you're doing it for someone. And so every day when I sit down and think of, okay, what am I doing today, or what am I going to do the next 3 days, I'm constantly thinking of you. How can I make this better for you? Hope those help. Hope you can take something out of one of those points and apply it to what you're going through, what you're growing through, what you're learning right now. Let's go beyond 250. Let's go beyond 2,000 subscribers, and let's keep this journey going. I'll see you tomorrow.